Hi, now I'm live. Okay. Oh my goodness, I was having the hardest time. I'm gonna go get some wine, you guys, and I'll be right back, okay? Hi, I'm here. I'm here. Hi, how are you guys? Sorry, I was just getting a glass of wine because I'm usually done. Why am I so bright right now? Gosh, so freaking bright. Um, 1 second. I'm usually done filming. It's kind of, oh my gosh, lighting's a little weird. It wasn't like this in the videos. Maybe you can turn it off. No. Thank you. It's from Stitch Fix. Hi. Hi, Rebecca, Mary, Ronnie, Storm, Liz, Ellie Jones, Priscilla. Thank you. I bought it with credit because I really liked it. This was one of the gosh. This was one of the sweaters that I liked from Stitch Fix, and they sent me the beige one. I'm trying to fix the. Hi, Andrea, you're here early. I'm trying to fix the lighting because I don't know. I was just filming, but I feel like some things are like out of whack right now. So yes, from Stitch Fix. Anyway, I had the beige one, and this one was um it was out of stock, and then when it came out of stock, I had some credit, so I got it. I don't think I need any more sweaters right now, but no. Oh, you should. You know what I've been doing? Um, I thank you, Priscilla. I been taking screenshots. I just found out about this feature. So when you do this thumbs up and thumbs down, I been taking screenshots of the items that I like and then putting them in the fix inspiration. I don't know if you know what that is, but I can help you later. But yeah, so now I've been putting that and leaving a note to my to my stylist because I like this, I like this, because I'm always thumbing up um stuff and that I don't feel like I get. I'm like, why am I putting thumbs up on a bunch of stuff that I'm not getting? So, and also my friend showed me what she is getting in her next fix, and I took a screenshot, and they also sent her like really affordable stuff, and I'm like, I want this, at least to try. I haven't watched it yet. I know I saw a couple people posted together the Stitch Fix. I think it was Christy from George Sunshine and maybe you, someone else, and I was like, "Ooh, I have some videos to watch later." It is expensive, yeah. I think that I figured out what they do. The styling fee, the $20, is the shipping that they charge you, and then the clothes is priced to charge like a styling fee. So you're paying when you're paying the clothes. Really, Ronnie? Oh my gosh! Wow, that is a big mishap of them. Don't they have everything they said? They should know. You bought it, like you bought it in your first fix. I'm like, here, buy another one, identical. Okay. I know they have an algorithm that does things. I've been watching Kate Benz, and she was a stylist. So there is an algorithm that kind of like pulls selections for you, but the stylist has a way to say no, not this, not that. Hola Virgen, ¿cómo estás? So yeah, maybe I'm trying to see something. I don't know why when I'm here on StreamYard, I feel like the lighting is kind of like, I feel like the lighting's not. But when I was doing videos, it was okay. So I don't know. I feel like I'm too bright right now. Maybe it was. Who knows? I wish I could dim this a little bit. Well, skinny pants. When I said white leg only or don't send, I canceled. You did? Oh my gosh! You canceled all of them? I mean, or should I say that? I know you signed up with my code once, but I know that's frustrating. There's one girl, Jill, from What Jill Wears. She was getting, there were some videos where she was like really frustrated about the things that they were sending her, and people were like, "Why do you keep getting stuff from them?" Stuff. And it's like, I like getting the clothes. It's just like they're not listening to me, you know. But she gets like a bunch of, like, she gets Wantable and other ones too. So, but yeah, I figured out that the styling fee is just shipping, and then the clothes is priced to maybe like $20 up. I think every piece is almost like $20 over their price, I don't think. So that makes it so that you're paying. They did, Ronnie? Oh, I didn't notice. I didn't notice that you went there. How did they find out? Because I have a list, they tell you what friends like or people sign up with your code, and I wasn't looking, but I didn't see that you were not there before. I don't know. But my friend did something similar. She kind of opened 4 accounts. She opened 4 accounts. I didn't tell her to do that. I just gave her my $100 referral. And then I found out she opened one with a $100 referral. And then she opened 3 more with $25. So I don't understand why she couldn't do 4 $100, or if they figured it out. But she also ended up, she kind of also ended up getting in trouble. But they did give her all the credit. Like they gave her 75 and then $100, I think. So they zero out that 100 or all of it that you had. Hi, Sue. Mm. I opened one. I did one for my mom. And, oh, now that I think about it, I haven't seen my mom in my list of friends. So maybe they also took her out or something. That's weird. Now I'm like, I need to know. Hi, everyone. How are you guys? I have to make a confession. I haven't prepared the prize for the giveaway today. But I do have a special guest that is coming in a few minutes, and she will have a giveaway too. So, oh, I get it, Sue. It's okay. I try to multitask too. The other day at Noel's live, I was listening and I was cooking dinner, and then when we sat down, I kind of forgot about it a little bit. But yes, well, now I'm thinking, Ronnie, if I open the account for my mom, but I put her address, I don't know. Let me check. Oh no, okay, she's there. Okay, she's there. But yeah, I figure like maybe they find out, and hey, Ronnie, I still see you here. I still see you on the list. So it says first fix scheduled. So how do they tell me more? How do they slap your hand? Do they send an email or something? I'm telling my family I'm live. Give me 1 second. Talk among yourselves, like Rebecca says. Talk among yourselves. Anyway, I have to find out. Oh, my sister's here. She says, "Estás hermosa." Thank you. But the line is kind of weird, Jasmine. I don't know what it is. I was making videos. Maybe it's just my screen. Who knows? But yes, what I was gonna do. Oh, well, we talked. I also didn't do my nails today. I forgot. I was gonna get maybe these ones, but I do have some Christmas ones. Maybe do a little tutorial on how to do. I had to do some nails, and then maybe I can go through my boxes and select some prizes for the giveaway. What do you guys think? Um, yeah, now I want to stand up and find other nails, but I have these ones. I also have some Christmassy ones with snowflakes, but we have 2 weeks, so I think I'll be fine if I do this. But email saying I already have another account. I use different email addresses, so they said they erased all my credits and closed a new account, and they still send me the same top. Oh my gosh! And why is it showing? It's showing um under my list that you're still there. So I have my hopes up for $100. It's okay, Ronnie. Nice. You tried. You tried. Here I have some stuff in this cost box. So you always wonder like what do you do with all this stuff? Sometimes you know, it's a lot. But sometimes I divide like what I want to keep and what I want to. I don't know if this one's the keep one or not. But I'll go through the stuff. Thank you. Thank you. What was your name again? Stormlets. I know you said someone from Instagram. Forgot. But I'll go over these things. Look, I got in a box. I know you saw it. Like the ears. I want to have a chance to wear them anytime soon. So we'll go through this stuff and see what I can put in the giveaway. So I didn't get a free box sent to me. Well, I did get a free box sent to me, but not like an extra one. This one might go. This one might go. But I might have to go get some more stuff from my other area. There's a ton of like I don't know if you guys watched what was it? Katrina's Q&A. They gave us super credits too. Wait, that doesn't make sense since Ronnie because I have two accounts, same mailing address, different email, and they told me to do that because you can't have two adults in the same account. So me and Stella are one. Okay. And then how many subscriptions? And some is on the other. DawnLyn. Dawn. Okay, so your name Dawn. Hi, Cookie Me. Yeah, I know. I don't know. So I have no idea. Okay, I have one thing that I'm gonna give away, and is let me know if this is exciting or not. A say hi to hydration, Grace and Stella hyaluronic acid serum. Woo! But okay, so Katrina was saying people were asking her like, "What do you do with all this stuff?" And she's like, "Sometimes it does become overwhelming." I could totally relate to her because it is true. Sometimes you get so much stuff, and also like you do want to say like, "Oh, I want to wear this or I want to use this." Oh my god! I'll go back to that 1 second. Andrea, about that because I want to ask. What does your husband do or you do for a living to be able to afford? I'm sure that everyone asks you that because I want to do that, But let's see what else. But anyway, like I can totally relate to what Katrina was saying because it's true. Sometimes you get the boxes and it's fun, but then you're like, where do I put this? And you want to use stuff or try stuff, but you only have one face. So it's like, I don't think I'm gonna get to use this. Let me put this box here. By the time I'm 85, So give me 1 second. I'm gonna go get some more stuff. Something's gonna fall. Oh, I shouldn't show everything in the giveaway. I love what Noël did the other day when she was doing her live, and she saved it for the last time, like for the last portion, because then you stay the whole time. So I'm gonna start pulling stuff out, but doesn't mean that I'm gonna show you everything. I think this came in a FabFitFun box, so, but I'm not gonna show you what it is. Ooh, this came in an advent calendar. I'm so bad. Ooh, what's this? Ooh. Oh, this makeup palette, I think. Sure. Okay. Let me see something. Let me read what you guys were saying. Let's see what boxes. How many do I get? I don't know. To be honest, I don't know how many I get total because some months I don't pay for most of the boxes. I think right now I'm not paying for any. And sometimes one box would send me one box 1 month, and then that's it. So it varies from month to month, you know. So I should make a count, but I don't know. Probably a little less than Andrea, maybe 30, maybe 30 bucks. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. Okay, I'm pulling stuff out because ooh, this one's really good. Buddy butter. This smells so good. It's hard to choose what boxes to try. I know. I feel like the FOMO, you know, it's like you want all of them, you want to try, and I'm gonna make a little, I'm gonna pull stuff from different places, and yeah. So let me check the time because I do have our special guest coming soon. Oh my gosh, I had something I was saving for a giveaway, and maybe I'll do it here. I don't know. Makeup palette. So I'm pulling stuff out from my different giveaways so I can give you guys. And because of course I didn't prepare. I did not prepare. Ooh, ColourPop Cosmetics. Just don't break. Don't break. Oh, okay. I think I have a good amount of things right now for you guys. Some from TheraBox, some from FabFitFun, some from Hello Lovely Box. So maybe I'll throw a couple books too. Okay, this one was something from Single Swag. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good for the giveaway. You guys, you have to stay till the end to see what I'm adding. And I am planning on doing a big giveaway, and that's where I was gonna put a big eyeshadow palette that I got in one of the advent calendars. So stay tuned because I do want to share that one. But I might do, I don't know, I might do a photo, so I wanted to post it anyway. So we'll see. It would be nice to win since there'll be no Christmas here. Why not? Where are you located? Dawn? Why wouldn't you have a Christmas? That's sad. That makes me sad. Have some soap too. I'm trying to do that. Like now I'm gonna try to put everything in one box now since I'm talking to you guys. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What do you think about doing a live giveaway rather than using Google Forms? The live ones are fun. Could do that too. How do I do that though? How would I do it? Like what we did with the number, for example, that I wrote a number or something? Yeah, I'm all open to do that. It's easier in a way because then you guys don't have, I don't have to do the form, then you guys don't have to come after. And, you know, I thought I had more stuff. Let me see. Oh gosh, I have more stuff. One of the reasons why I don't do more giveaways, like I know I do a weekly giveaway or like I would do like, I don't know, more often is because of shipping. Oh, Ronnie, I didn't see that. Usually people do the number thing. Really? Okay. Then we can totally do that. I'll write it down right now. There's more stuff in here. I'll write it down. 1 second. I went up way too much. Holiday special box. That sounds really good, Ronnie. I didn't see it. I love that box too. Okay, guess the number. Okay, so let me write down the number and then we'll do that. I was trying to see if I found it. Okay. Should we do 1 to what number? I know Ronnie is doing really good. I was joking with her, like, Ronnie, I want to quit. Like, she has more views than me, and I don't know. I think she got to 200 subscribers. And I'm like, Ronnie, you're getting more views than me, and I have like almost 2,000. What is the secret? I mean, I want to quit. I'd say I leave. Yes, I use the flat rate too, but it has add up. It's like $14 here, and then the other one's like almost $20. I shipped a couple packages and it cost way more than I thought it would. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I would try to get. You know what you could do? Also order online the flat rate padded envelopes, and those you can fit a lot, and they're only $7.50 or $8.50, but they don't give them to you at the post office. They're very stingy about those. So I put a lot in that. Yes, newer subscribers are more engaged. And also what I'm thinking, hi Vicky, I have my guest waiting. So what I'm also thinking is my subscribers were from a long time when I was doing planner videos. So a lot of them maybe just are not on YouTube, or they don't, check. But also, like, I feel like my videos are not hitting the algorithm. Like the Stitch Fix videos, I see people with 200, 300 subscribers, and they have 1,000 views on a Stitch Fix video. And I have more subscribers, but my videos don't make it. So I don't know. It's something to do with, my wording, or I don't know, like YouTube maybe didn't acknowledge that I'm doing those videos, so it doesn't put them with those. I noticed that those channels with lower, like barely any subscribers, only do clothing subscriptions. So maybe they kind of hit the algorithm in that area. So without further ado, hi Laura. We're actually gonna welcome our guest today, and that is Becca from Hello Lovely Box. So let me get her in because she is. Wait a second.
I'm going to swap links really quickly. Hold on.
Hi.
Hold on. Let me swap links really quick. If that's okay.
There's a little static there. Let me see if let me get you back in, Rebecca. 1 second. That was weird. Oh, there she is. 1 sec. Hi.
Is this better?
Yeah. Oh, that's better.
Okay, I was on my phone and I was like, oh no, everything's staticky and terrible. Let me.
Hi. How are you?
Hi. God, it's so good to like see your face and chat with you instead of your little avatar.
I'd love to have you here. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Let me see if
I was giving some hints yesterday, and I said she's a boss lady and usually rocks blue hair. So
oh, that's so nice.
I'm glad that you have the blue hair. So I hope it doesn't change it, because people are like, you were misguiding us.
No, the blue hair stays.
Yeah,
probably.
My sister changes her hair too. She had purple, pink, and I think she's live right now too. So she's gonna love your hair. So for those of you who don't know, Hello Lovely is a subscription box. She does seasonal and monthly, and it's all about romance, the romance genre books and novels.
Yeah.
Right. So tell us a little bit, if you want to tell us what your subscription is about.
Okay. So we have I picked romance. So it's very romance focused. Our entire shop is romance focused. I feel like there's a lot of young adult, and then there's like random mystery ones or thriller ones, but there wasn't a lot of, when I started it, like almost 3 years ago, I'm in my 3rd year now. There was only 2 other boxes that did romance, and that was it. And so I wanted to do a box. I started with our seasonal box, and I wanted to do something that was like not just bookmarks and jelly bracelets and highlighters, but like stuff that you could probably use or easily gift. I feel like that's the big thing. Like, even if you're like, I would never use this, like you could totally give it to a friend and they would be like, this is amazing. So that was always my goal. And I picked romance because I have a connection to that community, but then also the whole concept of my shop is women supporting women, and romance novels are overwhelmingly written by women for other women. Like they're written with us in mind. And so I love that. And I love supporting these like badass women who feed their families writing stories I love to read. And then our monthly box, you get 2 ebooks. So it's not like paperbacks. It's something that you could easily throw on your phone and try something new. So I always try to do like an author that I know is fairly well known, or someone that maybe they don't know as well, but I know the books is going to be like really fun or pair well with the other one. And that one has to do with like bookish items. The physical bookish item in the monthly box is a little bit bigger, fancier, and it's more book focused versus the seasonal box is more like life and love and stuff focused, if that makes sense.
Well, my videos when I was filming on my bed, I always had the pillowcases that I got from one of your boxes.
Oh, yay!
Now you can see it because I'm filming behind my desk now, which I made a little change. But and yeah, recently I think I have it here somewhere, but I got the little. I showed it in my video.
The sauce tray.
Yeah, the little sauce.
So weird and fun.
I know. I love it. You would not believe how many times I wish I had that.
Right. I feel like,
I have to get it.
Right. It's one of those things where you're like, I'm just trying to hold my sweet and sour sauce for my nuggets. And then when you see it, you're like, that's a really good idea. Yeah, but when you first look at it, you're like, is that stupid? And then you get it and you're like, nope, that was great. That was awesome.
Every time I go to McDonald's, which I shouldn't go that much, but I like to order like on the side, the Big Mac sauce. Mm-hmm. And my fries are not the same. Like they're not the same, without it. And I'm like, I'm holding it. And I'm like, I need to get that from Hello Lovely Box. And, and then finally, when you were doing the sale, like I'm gonna get it because I don't want to think about it anymore. I want it there.
I love that.
Yeah, and your items are very like quirky but at the same time very usable. So she has like mugs and joggers and sweatshirts, t-shirts.
My goal was to do like things because I feel like a lot of things that were like bookish, unless it was specifically like fandom related, if you were into like Harry Potter or Sarah J. Maas or whatever, like I felt like anything that was specifically bookish kind of looked really cheesy. And like it'll be like book nerd with giant glasses, like instead of the O's. And like I think it's cute, but I'm also like, I would never wear that ever. And so my whole goal was like to create things that were book focused that like I would like actually wear or that my friends would wear. And so that was kind of the balance to find like all these quirky fun. I've got a whole line of like food puns right now. Like I love that. They're so silly.
Pizza's my favorite love triangle. I love them.
They're so silly. Or like I have like chapsticks for every flavor of these food puns. And everybody's really feeling these I love books of waffle lot chapsticks. But the Gouda chapstick is my favorite because it's actually rosemary pear. And it smells so good because I was like, what goes well with Gouda? And I was like, pears. Nobody wants a Gouda chapstick, as it turns out.
I know. I was gonna say, did you make a cheese chapstick? Then that would be weird.
No, the pizza chapstick is pizza flavored.
Oh, really? Oh I didn't know that. Yeah, that was like, here, give me a kiss, And you're like, why did you just eat pizza? And you
is that oregano?
You didn't share with me? No, it's just my chopstick. They wouldn't believe. Speaking of pizza, I always get hungry around this time.
I love it.
But I know. So, I had some questions, but I think we talked about a couple and how did everything start. And you said a little bit about that, why you chose romance, and obviously why subscription boxes, probably because it's one of your loves.
So part of it was I was like, oh, look, I want to find a way to make other money. Spoiler, I've literally never paid myself. I only pay my assistant. But I wanted to find a way to like diversify my income. And like, so I was thinking about what are things that I would people even want to buy anything from me? Like,
Right.
I feel like so often we'll be like, I'll have this idea. And then we're like, but nobody will want that. Nobody wants anything from me. And as it turns out, I was wrong. But it actually, like, my business stayed pretty consistent until March. And a couple of things changed and my business exploded. It's done so well this year and I'm so grateful.
Oh,
Like,
I thought you were saying until March, and then that's when COVID hit. So I thought you were gonna say like then everything went downhill. I'm like, no.
it went like straight up.
Oh my gosh,
Which is
I'm so glad to hear
wild. But I think part of it was like we did that first rep search, which is how I met you. And I think the whole thing, nobody knew that we existed. And a lot of people don't know we exist, which is, I mean, I don't know them either. Why now? But when I started it, I was like, nobody will want to buy anything from me. And I think it's sometimes really hard whenever you have an idea, to be entrepreneurial or whatever, and just be like, no one cares about me. And then realize that like, if you have a good idea and you continue to work at it and refine it, and then like take your ego out of it, I feel like you can really continue, like you have a possible path to success. And it's gotten so much better. I mean, I'm so grateful. It's bananas.
I'm so glad to hear that, because a lot of, we were talking in another life that a lot of subscription boxers suffered from COVID and everything, and some of them didn't, because people was home, they wanted to get things and they wanted to pamper themselves because they couldn't go out, so they started subscribing to things. And I remember when I first met you and you were just starting, and then I don't know what happened, like when sometimes Instagram doesn't show you updates, so I didn't see your account for a long time, and all of a sudden when I go see, like, you were huge, and I don't remember the followers, but like I could see the community have grown a ton.
Yeah, well, I went from like, I probably started the year at 3,200, maybe 3,600 tops, and I'd been at it for 2 years. So that was like 2 years worth of like growth, and it was fairly stagnant. And I mean, my reach was very small. I was like, everything was very, you can even go back into to see how many likes, like, cause the reach was so small. That was my husband. But I now have almost like 9,000 likes, which is crazy.
Wow.
So like, but that's super indicative of how my business has grown too. But I think a lot of it was like, I focused a lot on the one-time shop. You can buy anything one time now. And then the monthly subscription, I launched in May. So it felt like a risk, because COVID has been hard on a lot of people. So I wanted to find something that would be easily affordable. It's only $25 a month. You don't have to pay for shipping. Like, that's it. You get 2 ebooks, chapstick sticker, like all kinds of cute stuff. And I wanted something fun and small and happy. And people have actually really responded to that. I have almost more subscribers to my monthly box than I do to my seasonal box, which is wild, but also like, it's crazy to see what I think will do well versus like what actually does well, compared like now in this current climate where like people aren't going outside.
Right.
And like, they're not going on vacation. So they're like, I'll just buy another sweatshirt because this is all I can do with my life. It's like, living all the lovely sweatshirts.
And also getting things in the mail, I feel like it's exciting. And if it's monthly, you get a little gift every month, and you don't have to wait 3 months, which is like...
Yeah, well, I think not having to wait 3 months is great. I think the smaller price is always better. And I mean, you got the, I think the July box where we did the pillows and all of that stuff. That was only, I mean, each of those pillows would sell for like $15. Yeah. And it was only $25 for 2 pillows and other stuff too. So, I mean, it was really fun to see like how people respond and like stuff like that.
And you get 2 books, which is a lot, because each book, like each ebook, I don't know, depends about it. Sometimes like $9.99.
Well, most of the ebooks are like indie published romance. So for the most part, that is like one woman's business, and she's giving this book. And so it's anywhere between like $2.99 and $5.99 is what each book is worth. Yeah. So, I mean, it's pretty wild to see, like, because so you're basically getting like at least $8 in free books on top of all, like, it's so cool to like introduce people to new authors too, because I feel like so often we read our favorites over and over. I don't know if you do that, or like if your favorite has a new release, that's what you're going to read. You're not going to necessarily take a risk on somebody else. And so it's been cool to see people being like, I found her in this box and I love her now. And I'm like, yeah, you do.
Yeah, for me, like I read on my phone, so ebooks are like, like a really good thing to get.
Right. I mean, I love paperbacks, but at the end of the day, I read on my phone. I'm not reading a paperback.
Yeah, and that's like if I have 3 kids, I feel like if you had to go get the book and open it, and the moment they see you with it,
Yeah.
when the phone is like, I have 15 minutes, I read a little bit. I'm in the bathroom, I read on my phone, So
Yeah, I do too.
I have like 100 books on my phone, so I don't, even if sometimes I get a book in a box, and then I try to get it on ebook so I can read it faster, because
and I love paperbacks. I think a lot of people want a paperback option, but they also don't realize how expensive it is to ship the paperbacks. Because shipping's, like you were talking earlier, right before I came on, how expensive shipping can be. And so I was like, ebooks are way less expensive to ship, and like you have them right away and you can download them and take them anywhere. And I feel like there's a lot of stigma around romance too, where people can like do the judgy eyes, which judgy eyes on them. But it's great because then you can just like page through everything that you want, and it's right there and it's brand new, which feels exciting. It feels exciting to me. I don't know.
Yeah, for me too. I'm like, ebooks, yes, give me all of them. And I noticed that too, like you have it seems like you have a very loyal customer base, or like people that follow you. How did you, well, you said a little bit, it took you like 2 years, but what do you think it was that made, I feel like people love, or the ones that I've seen on your comments, they really love your products, and they just love belonging to the family of Hello Lovely.
I think for me, I mean, part of it is like every customer actually matters, and I really start to know people's names like when they come in. And I like, it sounds weird, but I treat everybody like they're my best friend, because like I feel like there are plenty of times you could email like a company and either they don't respond, or like it sounds like you're bothering them. Mm-hmm. And like as long as people are like also kind to me, like I will do anything, like I'll fix it, I will handle it, I'll eat the costs, because like I just feel like for me, brand loyalty is important, but I think like feeling connected, feeling part of something bigger is important, especially right now where we're all very isolated. And I think that's been big for like creating these people who are like really interested and committed to like being part of my success, which is honestly really like humbling and great. And I think that's the big thing as far as like what happened and how did I build it. Like sounds weird, I didn't do anything. I don't think there's any formula to success on like building loyalty in a community. I think it's very much like you just have to be honest, you have to be yourself, and the people who are attracted to you will come. But also in March, we had a rep search, which we'd had the same reps for almost 2 years at that point. So almost nobody knew about us. So our rep search, I was expecting like, I don't know, maybe like 20 people to enter. And then I had like over 100 people enter. And I was like,
that's crazy.
And and like at that point, then it's so hard to try and like narrow it. Like this last time we did another rep search and we extended the pick date because I picked less than 10% of the people. I picked about 10% of the people that entered, and I read everything twice, every entry 2 or 3 times. And it was so hard because like, I want to pick everybody. And so March, we did the rep search, and then that coincided with the stimulus checks and everybody having to stay home. So they found me at the same time they were stuck at home and got bonus money. Yeah. And I think all of that combined, plus adding new products consistently, has really made a difference for me. But I think part of it is that consistency. Like we always release new products on Thursday. If we do a sale, it's normally on a Monday or Tuesday. We do try to give a fair warning. We do discounts all the time. Like you can get a discount on anything. And I think that's also really important. But at the end of the day, I think finding people who are also looking for something that fits their interests, which is like romance and puns and like being free, I think it's the freedom to be yourself. I think that's the biggest thing that my brand promotes is like staying weird, being kind, like fully embracing yourself. And I think that's what people identify with. And it's finding that identifier, I think. I just said a lot of words. I'm going to stop now.
No, I love it. I love that. The stay weird. I was gonna just ask you about kind of your slogan, the stay weird, be kind, read more books. No, is it that?
Yeah. Read books, be kind, stay weird. And I think that's a big thing. Like I'm really big into reading books. It's just so many books have fundamentally changed how I see the world, like how I see other people, how I see social justice, how I see like racial inequality, how I see just general feminism or understanding consent. I all learned all of these things, so many things in romance novels. And so for me, like it's like reading books, expanding yourself, becoming a better, like just actively working to be a better person. And then being kind to yourself and acknowledging that like, you know, everyone's going through something and being gentle. I feel like we're all so hard on ourselves. Like who's going to want to buy this, or it's not perfect, or my eyebrows look dumb or whatever. And we're just like not gentle with ourselves, especially during 2020. Like, especially now that it's a pandemic and you can't go outside and who cares if you shower or smell weird. I can't smell you. And then staying weird. I just feel like so often, so many of us who read books and like have fallen into this community are often like misfits or outcasts or people that were not the popular girl in school or whatever. And we're not going out to bars. We're not getting wild. We're probably not going to a super spreader event. And I just feel like that capacity to like be your fullest self in our community is like what's most important. And I value that. And so like even when I did my rep search, I was like, look, I just want you to be yourself. Like, that's what I care about. I don't care how many followers you have. I don't care about any of that. I just want you to be yourself, because I feel like so often we're all put in that box. We're all put in a place where we're like supposed to be expected to be like suave and cool and like, you know, have pretty coffin shaped nails or stiletto nails, or I don't know, cool nails, cool girl nails.
I have no nails right now.
Right. I can't go anywhere. But you know what I mean? I feel like we still like, no matter how big we get, we always want to be like loved and accepted. And I feel like by being yourself, I will love you. By being yourself, I will accept you. And like, I really take that to heart, and I really do care about my customers. And I think I've created these beautiful like friendships and relationships from it. And I think that's what's attractive, because I'm selling the idea that you as yourself are good enough.
That's awesome.
And I truly believe that.
Especially like on Instagram, sometimes I talk to some friends, I'm like, it's so damaging for me, at least for me, to see all these accounts of like perfect women with like 10 kids and they're skinny and they're like all put together and they have like seriously like 10 kids, you know, and you're like, that doesn't help me, because you know, it's like it's a comparison we like impossible to attain.
Well, yeah. I mean, comparison is the thief of joy. And I 100% like, it's why I rarely wear makeup on my stories. I just use a filter because I'm not wearing makeup. Sorry, I have something in my eye. You know, and I think that's the big thing, is that like, we're not perfect. We're not all just like skinny blonde white woman. I mean, I'm a skinny blonde white woman, but we're not all her with her perfect blonde hair and her 10 kids that all look exactly the same.
No.
It came from a science experiment that was perfect and beautiful. And I think it's really, especially if you see them having high engagement or like a lot of Instagram followers, and you're like, how did this happen?
Right.
And I think that sometimes I feel like that, right? Where I'll see these other boxes that have popped up or whatever, how like, they're growing faster than me, or this other like bookish shop with shirts that are really cute. They started in May and now they have almost more followers than me. And it's so easy to be like, what am I doing wrong? Or what could I be doing better? And I think we have to remember that like we all have our own journey and our own people are going to find us. And like, maybe they just don't know who you are yet. And I think that's a big thing, is that just like, you don't need to have 100,000 Instagram followers to be successful or to be valuable. Like, your value does not come from that number. And it can feel really disheartening to feel like, I don't know, like we don't have it all together. So I don't ever portray that I have it all together on my Instagram. because I don't. And like, and I think if you do, that's freaking great. And I'm happy for you. Like, I think that's awesome. But that's not me. Like, if you saw my office right now, you'd be like, what is happening?
Well, that might
that's
too.
here.
So trust me. The bed is unmade, and I have a ton of boxes in there.
Yeah, exactly. And I love all of these like super Instagram beautiful things, and I love to look at it, but I also think it can be super damaging because we have to remember that like unless basically they get up at 4 a.m. and this is like their personality for real, it's not like that. Their kid got mad that they had to eat mac and cheese.
Yes, I mean, I don't know. I feel like they probably have some help because how do you have, like you said, like 7 kids and then engagement? Because that takes work. I do it all every day. So, and then oh, they're homeschooled. I don't know. There's something there that they don't say.
But they probably do have help. I mean, honestly, I had to hire somebody. I do have somebody who helps me with my Instagram comments and stuff because she works 4 hours a week on just responding to comments. But right now I have to ship out like 800 packages a month. I can't spend 4 hours a week responding to comments. I do respond to comments, so it's not like I'm not responding at all. But at this point, like I can only do so much. So I don't know how somebody can respond that much. I feel like they have to have help. And you know what? Good on them.
Yeah, no, totally. I mean, yes. But the thing is, like, maybe they don't necessarily say it or they portray it as it's like it's all me, and
Yeah.
But it's one of the things. You just see a picture, and that's the thing that we have to remember. We see the best of the one.
Yeah. You know those mugs that are like you have the same amount of hours in a day as has like probably like 5 assistants and a nanny and a cook and a house cleaner, and she's got help. And like, yeah, you're right. You've got the same amount of hours in a day, but you have the same amount of people working on the same amount of stuff.
Oh my God. I can't believe
it's not a fair mug. That's a mean mug. That's not nice.
No. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. It's like Kim Kardashian. I remember that she woke up and she had people like doing her makeup and she was like falling asleep. And I'm like, yeah, I wish I would look like that too if I have people like doing my makeup.
Oh my gosh. Like, I mean, I'd have makeup on right now if I like wasn't just packing stuff and looked down and was like, I gotta go.
You look really good. Don't worry. I think we're hard on ourselves too. Like you said, I see my friends without makeup and they're like, you look beautiful.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about though, is that like that being like cool with the fact that like we didn't have time to put makeup on. We're just doing the best we can. And I think that's amazing.
I put makeup on once a week when I film videos.
I know, and you always look so beautiful though.
But once a week, because I know that if I do the video, like I always try to do like, okay, the best, give the best of myself if I can when I do the videos. So I'm like, I do, like if I watch someone, I appreciate when I don't know, when they have makeup. But if I look at myself in the video, I'm like, why did I do that?
Well, because your eye makeup is amazing and the shimmer is on point. Okay.
Thank you.
Your inner corners are shining.
I think it looks better on camera because if you look close, it's not like an expert, but thank you.
I think you're lovely. I think it's so cool that you do this though. And your pictures are always beautiful. I just think like, I can't imagine. I mean, probably because I'm an introvert and have fairly low energy anyways, but like, I just see these beautiful unboxings that you put together and that you stylize and then you're constantly filming I just think that's amazing.
Oh, thanks.
I just think
we were talking just before you jumped in. I was talking because Ronnie, she's here and she has a YouTube channel too, and she's been growing really fast. And I was telling Ronnie, you have more views, and she's been doing it for a few months, and she has 200 subscribers. And she's like, you have more views than me. Like, what am I doing wrong? It's the same thing, It's like I've been doing this for a long time. We have the same views, but I should be like on a different. Not that I think she's doing amazing. I'm happy for her, but sometimes you're like, what am I doing wrong?
What am I doing wrong? Yeah, exactly.
It is the same thing. We all like feel like maybe I should be in a different place, like higher or whatever it is, with Instagram too, or with everything. I feel like we don't stop like beating ourselves up.
That's true though, but I think I think that everything's growing differently right now. Like you were established before, people were like, I feel like people are on their computers more now. Yeah. They're finding new things. New is always more exciting. Right. But I think for me, it's doing something like, cause like I was saying, there's that other brand that started only in May and they're killing it. And they do some very similar stuff. And so I think part of it is just like doing something different. Like I feel like different always brings new, always trying something different. I feel like part of my business was so stagnant until March. I mean, stagnant and declining. Partially because I was just doing the exact same thing, and bringing the exact same content over and over, even if the books were different and the items were different or whatever, like it wasn't exciting anymore. And I think some of that for me, even now, is like, okay, how can I refine this design? How can I make it more exciting? How can I change my content? Because even now I'm seeing my reach is about the same as when I was at like 5,000 followers versus like almost 9,000 followers. And I think that's the big deal, is that like, what can I do to like be more organic, to be different? What can I try different? And maybe that's something that will work for you to help attract new people.
Yeah, kind of like reinventing yourself a little bit, and that's thing. Yeah, Jessie says, I hear that new content or a different style can refresh things. And
yeah,
and anything wrong. I'm
you're
sorry.
not doing anything wrong.
I don't mean to talk about it like, like, oh, for me or anything. We talk
no,
about
but it doesn't feel good.
Friends too. We talk about.
Yeah, I mean, you can be happy for your friends and still be like, this makes me feel terrible inside, because it feels like we too should be like accessing that kind of success or growth or whatever, because we've been working so hard. And you don't begrudge somebody for being successful.
Right. No.
Like, you celebrate that success, but that doesn't negate that comparison on the inside. Right. And so the only things that I have found to like make is to make my brand grow better, because I've had such a large growth this year, or large for me. I mean, it's not large for other people, who knows, but it's diving into like sharing more of who I am, my personality, and also like keeping it real, trying different things, changing up my comment, like my captions, to be more honest to who I am, versus like, here's a cute shirt, grab it.
Right,
cute shirt. Like, I do think my shirts are cute, but they see the picture, they can decide. And so I think some of it is like, what are you actually reading? Do you like coffee or tea? Like, coffee or tea is a big question for me. Turns out 30% tea, 70% coffee is what I've learned. But I think finding those new new content and new ways to engage is always helpful for growth, in my opinion. I don't know.
Yeah, those true. And it helps you find newer people, or people that were there before but didn't realize too.
Yeah, you go by people all the time because you're like, oh, that's pretty, but maybe you forgot to heart it or whatever. And because you don't engage. But I think also for me, I've actively worked on engaging with other people. And I mean, I know for sure Instagram rewards that, because they want you, if you're engaging, they want to encourage engagement with you. It's kind of because you can't game the system. Exactly. And have it like work. It's not a thing. Like, you have to work at it. But I do think, like, I don't know, I just think you're such a bubbly person and so lovely. And I think that there's so much that you can share of that feels fresh. Even though your style is already stunning, you're not doing anything wrong. Like, you're not failing, you know?
Yes, like, I know. And that's the thing, like, none of us are a failure, and that's something I always try, like, even talk to other people about it. Like, we can, it's trial and error sometimes too, and it's like in changing what works, what doesn't work, and not to feel like, to say yes. Sometimes I ask, what am I doing wrong? But in a way of like, not that I'm doing something wrong and I'm beating myself up, but like, okay, what am I not putting enough hashtags, or am I not putting this and that, stuff like that, like more on a technical level. Let me see. Priscilla was saying, I just subscribed to a box that only started last summer and they seem to be doing really well. But no, the creator owner has mentioned in social media it was in the making and planning for years. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I think that's totally a thing. And I think intentionality is a big thing, right? So she probably was like very intentional and planned Sorry, my husband's texting me and I can't make it quiet.
He's like, okay, yeah, I know. My husband starts coming in the room and says like, not yet though, but
But I think that's the big thing is that like, you know, people are very intentional with their brands. And for me, I very much fly by the seat of my pants. I basically have no idea what I'm doing. But I think making those intentional goals, like I think it's awesome that she's killing it after last summer. I would love to be killing it after one summer. Like that sounds great. Sign me up. But I do think that a lot of people, when they're like intentionality and success go hand in hand. Like I don't think falling into success like stands for a long time.
Yeah, you're right. And I know I kind of post the same as you. Like I have the app and plan some posts, but at the same time I do what I feel like sometimes. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna post this box because it looks good or whatever. But there was a time where you know how the presets are a huge thing on some feeds, and the feeds all look the same. And for a moment I was like trying to decide if I wanted to put a preset on my stuff, and then I decided not to because it wasn't who I was, and I felt like it was a lot of work, and I just didn't want all my photos to look the same or to have like one color scheme, whatever, you know.
And I love those feeds because they're so beautiful. Like when you click on them, but then all the pictures look exactly the same. Yeah. They look exactly the same. They're so beautiful though. But it is like for me, I'm like, I don't have time for that. I have too much work. Like, but I mean, I think at the end of the day, your pictures are, I don't know, your pictures are always beautiful.
Thank you. I just wanted, I was talking to my friend Noël. She's another unboxing, and I was like going back and forth, and I'm like, I felt like those presets washed them out, and I'm like, no, I want the colors to pop. I don't care if the whole feed is not like coordinated or whatever. I like each picture to be, you know, vibrant.
Yeah, but I think people want that. I think at the end of the day, I think we all want something that's real, and I feel like bringing something that's real to the table is really what matters.
And I'm sure when you were doing the rep search, you saw amazing, like people that were extremely talented too. Like
I was blown away. I just feel like I can't take pictures like that. Like all the pictures on my site, my assistant takes basically all of them, and it's her sister who is our willing model.
So when you're in a picture with someone, is that you and
my assistant's sister?
That's really good.
Like my friend, and like that's it.
Photos, I love them. I'm like, I wish I could take more like lifestyle photos and look good. I don't feel like I look good.
My assistant, I drove out and I saw her, and literally she takes all of like, it's a mug picture. She took it. I didn't take it. And I just feel like some people are so talented and so artistic about like taking those pictures. Like, I think that's why I think you're so amazing. Cause like, I could never do that at this point.
There's some people with the book photos. Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
The book photos that feel like that setup was like work.
No, like they you know, it's like glitter and legs and socks, and like they made it, they I don't know, Jesus made it snow for them, and there's like books,
and the background, their house looks amazing too, and you're like, how you clean the house for the picture?
Oh, no doubt, 100% that. And I just always think it's so amazing, the work that goes into it. Like that's why when so many people entered, I was like, oh my God, that's so much effort. So I wanted to take it I took it super seriously, because like book photos are hard. Like you got to get the right angle. You want to show like, you want to put angles in it, but then you want people to see the cover, and then you want people to see the spine, and then you want this, and it's hard. That's why I was like,
the same thing. Book photos are hard. I know. But
yeah.
They sound amazing. Like seriously, I'm blown away sometimes. There's some bookstagrammers that they don't get paid. I don't think it's just like they do it for fun, and it's so beautiful. You know, like
it's so beautiful. They don't get paid. Like I don't pay my reps. I trade them for sweatshirts for pictures, basically. And like I try to find a balance in there, but like I'm so in awe. That's why when you post those pictures and you have all these unboxings, I'm just like,
You know, it's so funny because
Right.
I feel like all the time, and this is how we are. It's like the nature of, I don't know. Like I look at my pictures and I'm happy with them, but I always look at other people and I think, oh, I wish I could take those pictures.
But I think that's the whole thing. Comparison is, this is what I'm learning about you. Comparison is the thief of joy. Like,
Yes,
you're amazing.
I
Stop
know.
comparing like, don't internalize other people's, because they can't do what you can do. Only you can bring to the table what you
Yeah,
can bring to the table.
that's for
Like,
everyone. You guys
yeah.
watching too.
No, it's true. I think it's so easy. It's so easy to be like, oh, so-and-so subscribers are growing or can take better pictures. And like, are the pictures better? Like maybe, yeah. Like I'm not saying that other person maybe not more talented, but at the same time, maybe they're not. And you're just internalizing because from the outside, it looks so much. They look put together. They look beautiful. They look whatever. So yeah, I mean, I think stop comparing yourself to other people. Don't internalize other people's like artistry
Right.
as a detriment to your own or whatever. I mean, I think that's the one thing that I've really focused on this year because I used to get really in my head about this other book box.
Yeah.
Because like we used to be friends and then we're not friends anymore. And
Oh,
I would be like,
that's worse on top of it.
this is really sad. Well, I'm sad because I miss her, but like, you know, I think we're both healthier for it. But it's so easy to like look at what she's doing and being like, I should be doing better. I should be doing that. I should be doing this. I should whatever. And like the reality is like we are different. Like you are different and you bring something different for the table. And like, you know, maybe I'll never grow that much more. Maybe I've peaked. Maybe this is, I don't actually believe that because my numbers disagree, but like maybe that's true. Maybe by March of next year, like this will be where it's at. And I don't think that I can compare myself to another person because they have different help, they have different experiences, different expertise, they've hit a specific niche market. Like, and I think remembering that like what you bring is valuable, you are valuable. Like someone out there is identifying with how you're feeling right now. And I think that honesty, as long as it doesn't fall into deep negativity, is, I mean, like we were talking about, identifiable.
Right. Yes, and I always my lights. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out why I'm so bright. But yes, I always try to be real and like, you know, get it, you know, how do you say it? Just be real. Yeah, to everyone. That's kind of like my life philosophy, which doesn't always go really well, but some people.
Yeah.
Well, you're in Orange County. You're in Orange County too.
Yeah,
So
I'm in
that's
Irvine.
how
I
it
know
is.
you're in Dana Point.
Yes.
Yeah, it's weird out here. I mean, I grew up here though, so
Yeah.
I grew up about 10 minutes from here. And Orange County is a weird place, but I also feel like so many people, you're either looking for something that's too perfect, but a lot of people are just looking for people who are real and honest with themselves. And if you find that person, I just feel like I don't worry about what other people expect of me anymore. I want to have blue hair. I'm going to have blue hair.
Yeah. I remember a friend of mine, Jamie. She's in Fresno now, but she's the kind of friend that, you know, time goes by and it's always the same. And she told me one time when I was talking to her about like, oh, you know, I don't know, like, do I say something wrong? You know, with people at church and stuff like that, that you think, since I'm from another country, sometimes I'm like, what is it? Do I turn them off by my accent or by this, that? And she's like, you know what? You keep being yourself, and people like you will gravitate towards you, and those who don't like it, they'll kind of like fade away, you know. So I think that was a really good advice. I'm like, yeah, that's right. Because I was telling like, am I not American enough? And you know, stuff like that.
I was like, if anything, that just means people are racist. Which, like, that's true. People are racist.
Yeah, or like, or she's like, they don't connect on certain levels because they don't feel like they have anything in common or stuff like that. So like, you just be you, and then people like you will gravitate towards you, and then those will be your true friends, you know.
Yeah, it's true. Well, you don't want people to, I very much stand by, like, if you're not my person and I'm not your person, that's cool. And I could want good things for you, want good things for me, but it doesn't mean that we have to like be connected. And I think there's a lot in like, especially Orange County church culture, like white people church culture. I assume you have a lot of white people at church. It's complicated. It's very homogenous. And I mean, I've got a lot of deep feelings about it because I grew up going to a lot of church all the time here. And I just think it's hard because a lot of people, I learned the hard way, like, I don't know. It's just hard. It's just hard. I feel like this is maybe like not the platform for that, but
Yeah, I know what you mean. You
but
kind
I
of hard to
feel
find. It's hard to find your group, your tribe, even in the church. Sometimes if a
even
group
in the
doesn't work.
church.
Yeah, I told my husband, like, hey, you know what? Now with the pandemic, I feel like it gave us a little bit of a chance to like analyze certain things. And I said, you know what? If when we go back, if we don't like a group, we're just gonna ask to switch groups. I don't care what they think. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
stay in a group where we don't feel comfortable. It's just and if we have to hop churches, let's hop a little bit until we find one that we love.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's true. And I think, and I think also that like there's a time and a season that God puts us in.
Yeah.
For where we learn things in a specific church or whatever, or there's people like that friend, right? Where it was a time and a season. And I think so much it's important that we like continue to search out different people. Like, how can I feel like if you become stagnant, even in our friend groups or who we associate with, like we become stagnant as people.
Yeah.
But I also don't think it's the same with like the content or whatever that like comparing ourselves or trying to fit into a community, and the people who are interested in you and match your energy or like, that are your soul sisters or like see that light and that Christ inside of you, like they're going to find you.
Right.
And they'll show up. And like, it's okay that the other people are not gonna, that's okay that other people maybe aren't into it. Like,
yeah,
there are things that we're not into too,
Well, we're diving into really deep stuff.
Yeah, I get real deep into deep church culture. And I was like, this is not the time.
I am the one that goes, we're having pizza with friends, and I'm the one who like poses the deep question, Because I can't keep it. I usually like, I don't know, I can't keep it in the surface. That's like me.
No, me either. And that's the thing. A friend of mine, we were in Paris for a book event, and it was like 2:00 in the morning, and then we lay down, and she's like, okay, we're gonna go to sleep. And then she was like, what do you think who do you think God is? Do you think God is real? And then she's like, what do you think our meaning is in the universe? I was like, I thought we were going to sleep. We talked till like 4:00 in the morning. It was awesome.
Thank you, Priscilla. Priscilla was saying, I promise you guys, I didn't bring this up to fish for compliments or anything.
No, it's true though. Hey, sometimes we need that boost, okay? Yeah. Sometimes we need it. And Priscilla's right. Like your energy totally comes through. And I think just being just more of that. I feel like the less focusing on what other people, it sounds weird to be like eyes on your own paper.
Right.
Your own paper. But at the end of the day, focusing, you can only make your own stuff better. Like looking at other people's stuff, comparing other people's stuff, comparing other shirt companies, like that's not going to make me happier. It's not going to do anything for me. It's not going to make me a better person. It's not going to make my company better. Like she's right. She's right. You do need to hear that. Okay. You are awesome.
I feel bad, so I didn't want to fish for compliments or anything.
You know what? Maybe that's what you need to hear today. Maybe this is what we were here to do today, is remind you that you're awesome and lovely and kind. And like, I don't know. I just think you're killing it, and I'm really impressed with you.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, Kelly said what other people think of us is none of our business. And I think that's true. And I think sometimes it's hard to remember that, like other people and their opinions of us, like, because we always want to know, like, oh, what does so-and-so think of us or whatever. Yeah. And like knowing, unless it's something that's going to like genuinely make you a better person and where we've got a personal failing. Yeah. If it doesn't apply to that, honestly, it doesn't. What's it going to do to change your life to know? Nothing.
My mom always told me, like, I don't know why, we don't take advice from our moms until we're older. And she always said, like, not everyone's going to like you. You're not everyone's cup of tea, and that's fine. And I was like, but I want everyone to love me, but no. Yeah.
But I think that last part, that's fine. Yeah. Is the point of like accepting it, because we acknowledge, right, not everybody's gonna like me, but then we have to remember, like, we don't like everybody either. Right, exactly. And that's okay. It doesn't make you mean there's something wrong with you. Living Obsessed asked, how did I come up with the name of the box? When I used to have a book blog, and I would enter like when I was emailing people, I would say hello, lovely all the time. And partially it was one of the only things that was available that I was looking up when I was looking up website URLs. But I wanted something that wasn't specifically like the book box of things for romance.
Yeah.
I wanted something that was going to be a little bit more broad, a little bit more, but I also wanted it to really encapsulate the energy that I was looking for, which was like welcoming and sweet and friendly and not like super sweet, sugar sweet, but just like warm. And also that the receiver, the lovely, is also therefore important, right? Because that means that they are beloved. And that was a real, but like, hello, beloved feels a little weird to say out loud. Like most people are like child of God, beloved. But so like just regular lovely is good. But that's kind of how I started it because I wanted it to feel, initially I was trying to stay away from heavy bookish things because like there were so many other book things and I was like, that was a mistake. I should have jumped on the book train immediately. But you know, I think and so I wanted it to be something like you could buy stuff for your aunt at my store. Like easily you could buy something for yourself, for your aunt, for your kid's teacher. I mean, they're all at home now, so you could just ship it to their house if you know where they live. That's weird, but that's cool. Yeah. And that's how that's how I came up with the name. Something that I can say all the time.
I think I had a question. I don't know if it's what are the biggest challenges? What is your favorite book genre other than romance?
Young adult sci-fi or regular sci-fi. I love sci-fi. I feel like there's not a lot of really good heavy sci-fi romance because it's all like just like falling in love with aliens, which like it's fun. But I really do. My husband and I listen to books together, and for the most part, we listen to sci-fi together.
Cool. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, yeah, my husband, we listen to sci-fi together. So right now we're listening to Ready Player 2.
How is that?
Freaking good.
I heard Armada. My husband loved Ready Player 1. I didn't read it, but then I heard Armada was really bad.
Yeah, so we didn't read that one because I read the reviews. So far, this one is good. I mean, I think we see a lot of times like these people that become celebrities and then disappoint us. Right. And so I think in the beginning, I don't think this is a big spoiler for Ready Player 2, is that you watch the main character from the last book. I feel like this was really great character development. Like who would Wade become if he had unlimited sources of money? And you just become the worst parts of yourself. And so that's been interesting. Jesse said, do I like fantasy? The Sword of Truth series is a great, I'm going to write that down. Hold on, I've got a pen. I only just started reading fantasy probably about a year ago. And I was reading fantasy romance, and Nalini Singh's books are my most favorite series ever. Very few people do I know that like get recommended that book say that it wasn't for them. I read all of them in like, do what?
What is the title of the book?
The first book is Slave to Sensation by Nalini Singh.
Okay.
And then the other series she has is the Guild Hunter series, and it's Angel's Blood is the first book. And I think they're amazing. I mean, I read every single book that was out was like, I read it in 3 weeks and it was like 30 bucks.
Whoa.
Or whatever.
There was one that I started reading, and it was about, it's very well known. She has an emerald green dress and is touching a guy in the space. Can't remember the name, but yeah. But it was like super, like very technical on the spaceship and everything. And so I was like, I gave up. My husband loves sci-fi. He's like a Star Wars kind of fan, and he has all the Isaac Asimov books. And
my husband read all of those ones. You know what's really good? Maybe you'll like reading together. There's this young adult series. We listened to it on audiobook, which was like mind-blowing. And it's the Illuminae series by, oh my gosh, can't even remember his name, but it's a super, super popular series. Yes. Like,
so it have like a red book, blue and yellow, right?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, basically, but you have to read them. The audiobook is so good. And the end of the first book is terrifying. And I don't like scary things. I'm not a scary person. I don't want to read your scary stuff.
Yeah.
But it was amazing and so creepy. And like, we're driving to Yosemite. It's dark, pitch black outside, and we're listening to this book. And I'm just like, it was so good.
That's the thing. Like, I don't know when we would be able to listen to it together.
They bleep out all the bad words.
Yeah. Oh no, I mean yes, but like when we have a time where it's like we can focus on it. But that's pretty cool that they do. But
yeah, it's pretty cool. Who was it? Kelly asked if I've considered selling different genres other than romance. Kind of. The problem is like I've actually never really worked with a traditional publisher to get books for my box, and most everybody else does. I go straight to the person, and I'm not gonna lie, 9 times out of 10 it's my friend, because I know them.
Cool.
So like, I haven't announced this anywhere, so if anybody's on that knows of our box, but it's actually a fairly huge secret. But LJ Shen is going to be in our spring box, and she's like does very big in romance. She did that book Vicious, not the V. Schwab one, but like Vicious and Pretty Reckless, and The Villain, I think, is a new one that's coming out that she just, anyways, it's going to be wild.
I have her on my TBR, and that's why the name sounds really familiar.
Yeah, she's like fairly successful, and the only reason that she's doing it is literally because I emailed her and we're friends.
That's awesome. A lot of writers.
Yeah, I know, but that's the whole thing. That's how I started is like, because I knew all of these authors, and there's so many abs covers for romance and stuff, and you see these, they want, like, I don't know, I don't always I like ab covers because I was like, ooh, that dude's hot, but I'm also not like in love with it. I don't want to keep looking at it. I'm like, it attracted me, and I bought it.
I had some here, and I remember telling like the girls here in one of my lives, it's like, it's kind of like, I do feel like here. You do feel a little embarrassed, you know? Like,
yeah, I love Leslie McMahon. She's so nice, by the way.
Oh, she is. Oh.
So nice.
I don't want to read this in front of my in-laws. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, but I mean that's bad on them for their stigma. But also,
I mean, it's like they probably think, are you reading a porn magazine or something?
Right. But I think part of that is like internalized misogyny and some bullshit, in my opinion. But I wanted covers that were beautiful. Yeah. And so I created this box where we could have beautiful covers. And so I can't do that with traditionally published books. Right. I can't call them up and be like, hey, would you like to do a small 100 run of something for me? And they're like, no, I would not like to do that. So that's part of it. I mean, I am interested in adding other genres, but at the end of the day, I'm a little tired and haven't done it yet. But I am working on applying more genres and more opportunities to not quite function as a bookstore, but more of like blind date with a book. We do a lot of mystery paperbacks. And so I'm working on expanding that. It's one of my goals for 2021 is to be able to like curate more books for people. Because I try to be like more often than not something that is awesome. Oh man, sorry, my postman.
No worries. But yeah, I was telling my dad, like we were talking about Amazon, and I was telling my dad him about this writer R.S. Gray, which is a romance writer that I love too.
Rachel is so nice, also, by the way.
Yes, I did. She's
amazing.
Yes, she shares a lot of her life, you know, and I think she supported her husband, or I don't know, maybe they had something.
Yeah, he did.
He became a physician's assistant, and then she was remodeling her house. And I asked her, like, is this all from your books? And she said, yeah. And I'm like, I need to start writing romance books.
Well, her story is so cool, right? So she herself applied to go to PT school, and she didn't get in. And so she was babysitting and nannying. And so she was like, I'm going to write, because she's only like a year or two older than me. And I'm a baby. And so she wrote, I think she wrote her first book. I think she has since taken it down. But then she kept writing books and didn't really tell anybody. And then all of a sudden, I think maybe this is the story where she hit USA Today.
Oh my
And she's all of their stuff, like she's the one who's supported their family. So he's been in PT school for the past couple of years. Like she provides for them. She's like she's one of those people that's just kind of like gets stuff done. She just gets stuff done, and it's always beautiful. But she's always super real about it, and she keeps her circle very small. So I like feel like honored to be like any level part of it. But I just think she's incredible by like really putting her head down and following her dreams. And she's hilarious.
I
Like,
know.
hilarious.
She told me she told me she designs her own covers on Photoshop.
Yep. She does all her own covers. Like I just think she's Wonder Woman at this point.
Yeah.
But she's very much eyes on your own paper.
Yeah. Yeah.
She stays. She doesn't focus on what other people are doing. She just continues to focus on what works for her, and like clearly it's working.
Yeah. Yeah, my dad was telling me like, romance books sell a ton on Amazon, and I feel like I don't think I would call myself a writer because I haven't written in a long time, but I don't know if you know, but I have a BA in literature.
That's awesome.
I loved books, and I have like a couple of novels, again, quote unquote, they're not amazing, but I always used to finish the projects. And then I'm telling myself that once the kids are in school, that's going to be kind of like my time to sit down and write, like there's a season for everything. I feel like right now, if I sat down and say, I want to write, I'll be frustrated, And
I think part of that is like taking the time. I think with any project, whether it's like you want to learn cross stitch or you want to write a book, the more you put it off, the less likely it is to happen. And sometimes it just means you sit down for 30 minutes instead of scrolling on Instagram and you write 500 words.
Right.
And you just work your way forward. I mean, I think it's like 30% of all books in the entire everything is romance novels. It's sci-fi plus mystery together is less than the amount of romance novels that are sold. Which is always so interesting to me because you see like all these best of lists and you don't see any romance, but like it sells more than your mystery, your thriller, your whatever. It's a huge, and I think there's always space for everybody. And I always think like if that's your dream to write a book or if you love writing romance, go for it. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. The market's super saturated, whatever.
It was like, you see so many people doing it already. You're like, well,
No, but they can't. But I think the difference is they can't tell the story that's inside of you.
Yeah,
they can't. Like it's even if it's another brother's best friend story or enemies to lovers or workplace. Like there's a million tropes, and they're definitely going to end up together. But they can never write the journey the way that you're going to write the journey. And like, let's just say you only sell. Okay, so about this statistic, but I was having a really bad year in the summer of 2015. 2015, I was having a really 2014 bad summer, terrible summer. I was miserable. I was depressed, and my favorite author put a book up for pre-order for the end of July, and I pre-ordered that book. And for a while there, we had become best friends. And she was like, I almost quit, and I almost didn't do all these things. And for me, that pre-order saved my life, right? Like it fundamentally changed my life. It gave me something to look forward to. It gave me hope. It gave me all these things. Only 13 people pre-ordered that book, sold that book. That was it. Since lots of people have bought it, but like up until that point, like even through her entire release date, only 13 people bought it. And I think you never know what your action of creation could do for another person.
And she probably thought 13 wasn't that much.
Yeah. Well, now, I mean, now she probably doesn't because she's a really big deal now, but like, at the time, she'd only had a couple of books out, and she was my favorite author ever. This series is still one of my favorites. It's the Hearts and Arrows series by Stacey Hart. She's like so talented, so genius.
She's super big now. She has her own. There's a Facebook group, and everyone like follows the heart. I'm on the Facebook group.
For a while, I'm not in the Facebook group anymore, but I was, and there was 14 of us. And at one time there was only 14, and then there was 24. And now I know she's like super successful, and like she deserves all that beautiful success. But like for when she, you know, for me, she was always successful, right? Because that was my favorite.
Right.
But only 13 people bought that book at that time.
Like so much to you because you say like she saved your
yeah,
life.
she fundamentally changed my life.
Yeah.
Like for a long time we were friends, and I wouldn't be the person I am today without her friendship. But I think at the end of the day, like you could write a book and maybe only 5 people read it, but maybe one of those people like needed to look forward to something.
Yeah.
You don't know. And I think that's the whole thing. How we define success is not always in numbers. And I think it's so easy, whether it's follows, shares, likes, subscribes, whatever, or even money in the bank. We see those numbers and that's how we define success. And that's not true.
Yeah, it's true. One time someone messaged me on Instagram when I used to do quotes in between posts. I don't do that anymore. Maybe I should. Someone messaged me and said, I was in Dana Point and I looked through the hashtag and one of your quotes made my day. It was like so random. And you're like, oh, that means so much, you know, because you're like, you never know who you're making.
I used to do the same thing, and I would get messages too, like, this really turned my day around. And like for me, I don't do it anymore because I only do like 1 post a day, and it seems weird to be like that's a very limited amount of time. But are you eating pizza?
I was just telling my husband there's frozen pizza. She wanted
I love frozen pizza.
If he wanted to
I'll be here in 15 minutes.
I know. I love it
too.
Do
the math.
We always have to have some in there because it's, you know, such a good, like, how do you call it, wild card kind of thing. So, okay, do you want to do the, some people were, before we came in, I don't know if you were seeing, they were suggesting to do the giveaway, because what I do sometimes, I do a giveaway every live, but I create like a giveaway link so people go after, and some were suggesting to do like a number, like a random number, but I do want them to go follow you on Instagram, so that should be one of the conditions. And then I don't know how you were thinking about doing it.
I have no idea.
Okay, so we could do that. We could do like a random number, but then if you guys could all go follow Hello Lovely on Instagram, that would be one of the conditions.
Yes, I'm Hello Lovely Box. That's it. That's the whole. I almost gave my whole email. It's you're not trying. It's on my email.
And then you can write down a number. Maybe I don't know. Guys, what should we do? Everyone suggest something because I didn't write down my number either, but I was in the middle of asking you guys if you wanted to do 1 to 20 or 1 to 100. I don't know. Because
I feel like, do you do it on a Rafflecopter link?
I was going to write down a number and then whoever came close to it.
That works for me. Go for it. I'm going to give away $100 to my shop.
What? That's crazy. That's a lot of money.
It's Christmas.
Oh, $100. Okay, so you can write down a number. Let's do like, I don't know, 1 to 50, and I'll write another number. So, okay. So I'm gonna write down mine. Okay, 1 to 50.
Yeah, Kelly, you can totally still participate. I'm just gonna give it away. I'm gonna give it away in this thread, right? Okay. Like bonus if you follow me. I don't really know what you can do to like. I don't know how I could guarantee it, but if you will follow me, that would be amazing. But I'm 100% still going to give away. If you're here, I'm still going to give it away.
That is so generous. And I'm giving away a little mystery box. I did show some things. I have them here from FitFun.
Ooh.
Gosh. A toner. This one I think came in the FitFun. Or maybe in the Thera box. But yeah, I have a ton of stuff.
I know. I feel like I'm always jealous of how much cute stuff that you get because you get all these boxes, and then I'm like, I want all these things. But then I'm also like, that's a lot of boxes in my house.
Let me check what I have. The sauce holder should be in my car, but I think I have it in a drawer because I was doing an unboxing.
The sauce holder, Kelly, you can get 20 sauce holders if you win. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's only $5, right, or something.
Yeah, it's only $5. Anybody can get a sauce holder, and I adjusted the shipping, so it should only be $5 in shipping, not $7 in shipping. Granted, it cost me a lot of money to ship stuff, but I did make it cheaper for the sauce holder. Ooh, mascara.
Mascara. I think this came in some glossy boxes, so yeah.
This is amazing. I had to unsubscribe from stuff.
I was telling them before, like I didn't prepare it, so I was looking through my stuff. But yeah, there'll be stuff from Starbucks, some boxes. So I already wrote my number, you guys, so you guys can start from 1 to 50.
Yes.
Whoever guesses it, so we'll do 2. Like yeah. You have a
Okay.
different number.
You want me to pull number 2? Okay. I was like, wait a second. Who's got the numbers? All right. Perfect. So yeah, comment your number and then we'll pick some winners. We have 2 different ones.
So do people guess one time only?
I feel like that's only fair.
Okay.
You got 1 entry. Otherwise, game in the system. I don't like that.
Okay, so someone did say my number. Dawn Stormlitz, you're the winner of mine. It was 37.
Not 62 because that's not in the range. That's fair.
Yeah.
1 to 15.
1 to 50. So mine already has a winner. It's Dawn. That was my number.
You did comment something close to my number.
Yeah.
So
I put 37, which is easy. It's my age. Which
I love it.
16. No one said.
I mean, somebody did comment close, but I don't know how many people are still commenting, and I want to give people a second. Picking a number is hard.
I also have some
over here like making a weird blue mustache, and you're over there being like, look at these cute candles.
No, it's okay. I was like, I'll just show some bottles.
I think it's the brightness or the white balance is like really
mine. Yeah, it's crazy. I was filming videos and I don't feel like it was this bright. I don't know if it's the camera, the StreamYard, or I don't know. But I turned this off though.
Okay, question.
Yeah.
What happens if multiple people get close?
Oh, close?
Yeah, nobody's gotten it yet. My husband's so cute.
Whoever is closest.
Okay.
From Stitch Fix, Vicky.
How do you like your Stitch? Do you switch Stitch Fix still?
I'm obsessed. I love it, but it's so expensive though.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Like, wait, I'm trying. I feel like that's better. It's so expensive. I was telling them like, if I buy something, it's if I have some credit from someone, like when you refer people. Oh, this. But I do it mostly for fun to bring to the channel, so I don't feel forced to buy anything. It is tempting though, but I feel like the clothes are expensive. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
those are expensive, but I don't know.
But it's you're paying for the comfort of not having to go out and
no, that's true. And a girl that I went to high school with, she's like one of the senior stylists or whatever, I think. And so you're also paying for like people's jobs. And I think I always remember that. Like, I feel like even when I order food, I'm always like, oh, you always want to make it less. You want to pay less money. And then I always am like, what's $2 to me versus the person that's delivering my food? Because the only place you could take it out is the tip. And I was like, I'll never do that. Because that's like paying for a person. I always remember that with like small business stuff, or even like Stitch Fix is like, they have to like pay people. I think you're frozen. Either that or really committed to keeping your eyes like that. Definitely frozen. Laura, you like Stitch Fix. What did you say, Andrea? Is Andrea Arkansas girls? Did everything freeze and I'm just here by myself? Okay. I was like, am I just here alone? All right. I'm going to pull my number. Oh, it's just me. Okay. She had to come back. Okay. So I got you all to myself. Can see everything in my house now that my screen is bigger. Okay. So I'm going to pick the first person that picked closest to my number. And then I'm going to do the other person that also picked close to my number. They are going to get a $50 gift card. So I'm just going to do 2 of them. And this is, so the first person was, hold on, let me scroll up. Mary Jacobowitz. email hellolovelybox@gmail.com and let me know that you are our live stream $100 gift card giveaway. And then the other person to win is Noël. If you could email me for your $50 gift card at hellolovelybox@gmail.com, you guys can be the winners. So definitely email me, check me out on the Instagram. I'm hellolovelybox@gmail.com. Celebrate yourself a little bit today. Be kind to yourself, and let's celebrate Lucia and how amazing she is, and remind her that she herself is beautiful and lovely. And I feel like I don't know if I can leave the studio or how this works, but if you guys have any other questions for me, I'm happy to answer them really quickly, like for sure. I'm not trying to, my husband's working out upstairs. I'm absolutely happy to answer any questions. Oh, it's so nice meeting you, Kelly. I'm stuck forever. I mean, I can't be that mad. You guys can come watch me pack packages. It's a good time I hear. Thank you so much, Living Obsessed. You never win anything. Honestly, I never win anything either, so it's very exciting when I do. Oh, thank you guys for being here. I know we chatted about some like pretty deep stuff, and it was not so much like happy food puns. But my feed is generally happy food puns and packing boxes. I don't think we're getting her back. And let me see if she messaged my phone. Please hold. I can come help you. I'm down the street in Carlsbad. Honestly, I'm not going to say no, I'm not. Okay, she's saying something might be wrong with her internet. It was so nice meeting you, Priscilla. You guys are awesome. And yeah, it's been really nice. Just I feel like I said a lot of words really fast, and I appreciate you guys listening to me saying all these words. Please email me, check me out if you're interested in romance subscription boxes or anything remotely bookish. We do. I think maybe we can do something outside with like masks and stuff because I'm really focused on staying safe. But yeah, check me out. And I'm here all night. Just kidding. I'm gonna leave. But you guys are lovely, and I really appreciate you guys being around here. And I feel like you can leave the studio, but Lucia will have an entry. She says something's wrong with her internet. So I don't know if she'll be able to, but I feel like let's cumulatively decide to peace out, and I'll check you guys later. Bye.